All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel. I'm Kyle, AA0Z. And let me move myself over. I think I'm in the emblem. Let's go like that. Hello, everyone. Welcome to a Saturday morning. It is Christmas Eve. And bump up the volume a bit. We're going to put together the ham radio workbench DC power strip. I received one of these from the ham radio workbench guys. Thank you. And we're going to put it together. So let me lay out what I've got going on here. You can see on the screen behind me, we've got the ham radio workbench podcast website, hamradioworkbench.com. Come over here to shop. And it's the only thing for sale right now. I think that they're going to have more stuff for sale. But, hey, Joe Brett and No Code Tech, hello. They've got this power pole strip for sale. You can go over here and buy this item. It takes you to DigiKey. And it looks like, as of this video, it is $40. So you can buy it directly from DigiKey. There's 0 in stock now. They're putting more in stock later. So check back maybe after Christmas, a couple of days. They should have some more. They had, I believe, they put 100 in stock, and it sold out, very quickly. So they're restocking the shelves for after Christmas and should have some stuff in stock. All right. So we're going to go down here to product details, assembly instructions. And here is the power pole kit. This is the brand new power pole kit. I've got the old one here that I've built, I don't know, probably 6 or 7 of these that I've got laying around the house. So this is the new improved version. So it's got 1 input, 5 outputs. Obviously, Anderson power supply. It can sustain a current of 20 amps max. You can see the dimensions there. It's got this plate on the bottom with this mounting. Actually, it's got, the board that everything solders into. Then it's got this board underneath that you can mount somewhere. And then it's got this top plate that protects all of the internals. So it's a really cool design. I really like it. So we're going to go down here to the assembly instructions. And let me show you what I've got going on here. Let me go to my overhead shot. All right, so here's my overhead shot. I've got my Hako FX888D over here. It is, I need to warm it up. I'm going to put it on about 700 degrees. I got a small tip on it now. I think I'm going to, after I do some assembly, I think I'm going to change the tip out for a chisel, a large chisel, so I can solder the power pole connections. You got some nippers. I've got my assortment of tips here. I've got some solder. I've got some 0.5 solder, and what is this? Is this 0.5? No, this is 0.5 ounces. This is 0.031 here. And then this is 0.5. Got some pliers, a needle nose, kind of a general pliers here. I don't even know what this is called. Somebody can probably put it in the chat. And then I've got the kit here. So let's open the kit and make sure that we got all the parts here. Hey, Tango. We've got KA5QYY, hello. Nerd Garage, hello. We're just going to hang out on a Saturday morning and put this kit together. You guys can ask questions, chat among yourselves. All right, got the power supply, or power poles. We've got some fuses. Put this on a better. I'm using a different camera. I hooked up my GoPro. I was on ham radio crash course during the weekend or last weekend, and man, did my face look splotchy. So I decided I got to do something about the splotchiness. So I rigged up my GoPro, and it gives a better a better picture of what my face actually looks like. I couldn't believe how red I was on ham radio crash course. So whatever. You live and you learn. Oh, it is Friday morning. You're right. I said Saturday. See, I'm off work today. Probably like most everyone else in America that doesn't have a service job. And I thought it was Saturday because I'm off work. Your face is pretty. What'd you notice, T-Ray, that my face was splotchy? I couldn't believe how red my face was. I mean, I've got some, like, stuff I need to go to the doctor, you know, but it's not that splotchy. So, all right. LED capacitor or resistor. Let's see. I got 3 PCBs. 6. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6. I thought you ran through a briar patch. I know. Yeah. I usually stream with a I've been having this issue for a while. The camera, it's like a Logitech 920, and no matter how much I played with the controls, the light, I mean it's the surface of the sun here in the studio with the amount of lights that I've got, and those Logitechs love light, and I just could never get the controls right on making my face and the tone and the saturation and the gamma correct. I mean, I would sit here for 30 minutes trying to figure it out, and I just couldn't. So I hooked up the GoPro, and we're going to use that. I bought a Camlink 4K at Micro Center a couple days ago and set this up, and it looks a lot better. So I think we're going to stick with it. I just need to get like a DSLR with a HDMI output and just be done with it. I just didn't want to spend the money. I mean, it's not like it's a big deal, but I just didn't want to spend $400 on a camera that I maybe are going to use twice a month, you know? So you got to have your sun drop too. That is the nectar of the gods. And a universal solvent for anything alcohol related. All right, I think we've got everything. 4 nylon screws, standoffs. We got some screws here, 4 screws, 4 standoffs, 1 LED, 1 resistor, 6 fuses, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many of these? Now, these things are awesome. So no more. I don't know if you can probably not see, or you can't see that. So these are the inserts for the power pole, and no more soldering a power pole connector to some 12 gauge wire and clipping it off. I know that some other strips have that method, but to keep in mind, these are notched differently. These looks like this side is the power pole that inserts into the power pole, and it looks like this is the side that goes into, yes, that you solder into the, actually, I think it would probably be this way. No. Yes, I think it's probably this way. So it doesn't seat down in there all the way. It just kind of seats like that. You can see that. All right, so let's get started. I've got everything. So, step 2, install the fuse holders. All right. So I've got this handy dandy contraption here. Let me remove everything here and make some space. Thanks everyone who is streaming this live. Appreciate you guys hanging out on a Friday morning. Hope that you guys have plans for either later today or tomorrow for Christmas. I am going out to my parents' house. My sister's in town with my niece. So we're going to have Christmas out there. And then I'll be back on Saturday night or Sunday. Joe Brett says, Kyle, just please don't mess this up live. No pressure. Jeez. Now that you said that. All right. So it looks like, per the picture, let's go to the picture here, that this is situated like that. And this is the top. All right. So let me go back to my overhead shot. The no code tech asks, that's a nice board holder. I need to get one. Is this plastic or metal? Well, this is metal. This is metal, but these are plastic up here. But then the holders are metal. So this is metal here. And it's kind of spring-loaded here. So you just kind of push it together. And turn these screws down here to clamp it in place. Probably doing this wrong. Someone that actually does this for a living is probably streaming this, tearing their hair out, saying, why are you doing this? I'll be going outside a bit to process some wood and plan on making a whiskey flip. What's a whiskey flip? I don't even know what a whiskey flip is. I mean, granted, I'm not that big of a whiskey drinker. I prefer my beer, but T-Ray, you can get these on Amazon. I probably should put a link in the description if you want to get one. All right. So I think, actually, you know what? I'm not going to use this right now. I am going to set this on the table. And whiskey with raw egg and some other stuff. Well, what's the other stuff? That's what I want to know. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to place all of these fuse holders in their positions and then flip this over. And solder this on the... There we go. Now, you guys aren't going to be able to see that very well. I could probably bring the camera down here, but kind of in a fixed position up there. All right. Heavy cream, nutmeg, lots of variations. Ah, okay. Hey, Vince, how are you? Thanks for hanging out with us. All right. Now we solder. Now we mix. As Sam, the cooking guy, says. And now we mix. Now we solder. This is going to be must-see television. I can already feel it. Let's see. So I'm soldering the thing even hot? Thing even on? Come on. Come to Papa. There we go. Holy moly, that took forever. Thing's a big heat sink. I already put a burn mark on it. How about that? I forgot my fume extractor. Come on. As you can see, I mean, I like to solder, but sometimes it's a pain in the butt. A little bit more. All right, number 1 done. Jeez. What temp do I run my iron at? It's at 750. 750 degrees. I think it's Fahrenheit, of course. Let's see. What does that one look like? Oh, it looks okay. This white backdrop, it's see kind of the burn marks on the board here. Okay. Now, was there another question here? What is that yellow-orange tape I see folks using for solder projects? Called NAR tape? Heat resistant and non-conductive. Oh, I had no idea. What is... So, Scott, what is Kynar tape? Kynar. Very heat resistant. And what would you use it for? I don't even know what that is. But I don't deal with electronics a lot, so... Just sucking up all the fumes. Gonna be high for Christmas. Can't wait. I need my fume extractor. Actually, I need to probably get a fan and just... Ooh, that one doesn't look very shiny. Kapton. I don't know what that tape does. Not a tape expert. I'm not an expert in anything, to tell you the truth. These fuse holders takes quite a bit of heat to get them going here. As it acts like a big heat sink. There we go, about half done. This is slow TV, boys and girls. Like you put the... Isn't there a YouTube channel where they... All it is just a fire, and you can just watch the fire glow? That's exactly what this is. I was listening to one of Callum's streams, our videos today. I was walking the dog and put Callum on, and he made a equilateral triangle with a switch box with some verticals, and it was a fascinating concept where you could switch in and out like a 4 square. You know, you could switch the triangles and which way you wanted to transmit or receive. Had some nulls in it, had 6 dB a gain, and it was a fascinating stream. But then I got to laughing because at the end he said, you know, he was releasing this at Christmas, and he said, "Happy Christmas," or "Merry Christmas," "Happy New Year," "Happy Easter," "Happy Birthday." I just want to wish everyone a happy birthday. It's so funny. Oh, this one's being a pain in the butt. Come on. Scott says, think of it as basically a thermal barrier. If you're soldering around inside your radio, for example, and you don't want your iron to transfer heat to, say, the... Ah, okay, gotcha. You're very careful. Come on, heat up. Ooh, that board's hot. Oh, that one was very good. You know, some of these solder joints are really good, and some of them... I don't do much soldering, so... Good practice. These kits are great because it's something that every ham radio operator needs in their shack. The DC power strip. But it also is great because it's not that hard and can easily be done by a novice, someone who doesn't solder a lot, like me, or is just learning to solder. So, what has everyone gotten for Christmas in ham radio? Anybody gotten anything cool? I did not get anything. I haven't bought anything ham radio related in a while. What's the last thing I bought that was ham radio related? I can't remember. It was probably for Missouri QSO Party back in August. I didn't take advantage of any of the Black Friday deals. I didn't. Oh, I know what the last thing I bought. I bought an Elecraft T1 tuner. That's what I bought. I bought that mountain topper for portable ops, and I built a bunch of end-feds and some other antennas, but man, you know, depending on the ground and where you place the antenna and this and that, it can be out of tune, especially on 40 meters. So I'm like, you know what? Screw this. I'm just going to get a small antenna tuner, and I've been wanting that T1 tuner for a while, and I went ahead. You know, that thing was $150 a year ago, and now it's $200. I was a little pissed. Actually, I think you can't get it as a kit anymore. You have to purchase it built already, and I think it was like $220. And then with shipping, it was another $20. I mean, that tuner, I could have probably built that thing a year ago for $150, and I ended up spending $200 and some odd dollars on it. Not a smart move on my part, but... Don, hey Don, what's going on? Rob, hello? Rob's getting a 705 on Monday. Congrats. I hear that's a great radio. I do not have one, but I know many people who do. And I hear great things about it. Oh no, did I just... Okay, good. I think I was hoping I just created a solder bridge. Not a good thing. Don't create solder bridges, kids. Whatever you do. All right, down to the last one. Can you feel the excitement? It's unnerving. I need to get some alcohol and wipe these down, but I don't have any. So they're just going to have to do. Like, I always touch the solder like 2 seconds after I place the tip on the solder or the the heat ring, thinking, oh, it's hot enough. I'm an idiot. Daniel, what's happening? Surprised Molson's up this early. I know it's 11 o'clock there, but that guy goes to bed at like 3 o'clock in the morning. We'll be on the Clubhouse K5YVY's Discord. And Vince, pro tip: rum don't work in a pinch to clean solder stove. Rob. You know what? I have some right over here. Maybe we should try that. What about Blue Moon? Would that clean it up? Because I got a ton of Blue Moon upstairs. But yeah, Molson goes to bed at like 4 o'clock in the morning. Like, we'll get on the Discord at 11 o'clock my time. And I'm like, I can only spend an hour here. And those guys are up given the gift of gab until 2, 3 o'clock. Another one is Norm from Shacking Off, and his brother Greg. My God, those guys, they must work nights, because after about 11 o'clock my time, I turn into a pumpkin. I got to get my beauty sleep. You've got a face like this. You need all the sleep you can grab. Plus, I'm old. Probably older than I look. I'm not going to reveal my age, but I am probably older than you think. All right, here we go. Is the board hot? Whew, that's hot. As Paris Hilton says, that's hot. All right. Let's catch up here on the chat here. Liberty Cave, hello. Booze does not work, solve problems, but in fairness, neither does milk. Yeah. Vince, someone asked me the IPA I had on my shelf. I told them it was 5%. I never heard on alcohol called IPA. Yeah. If someone said, hey, do you have some IPA? I'd be like, well, probably need to go get some. No, I don't have any in the refrigerator. Tango says he used to go to bed around midnight. No, I go 10:30. I get up. I got it. I'm in bed by 9:30. Most nights 9:30 to 10, but I don't sleep well. I need to go have one of those sleep studies done so I can get one of those masks and look like Darth Vader while sleeping. So my mom's got sleep apnea, and she puts one of those face masks on. So I think I'm probably to that age, right? I need to get a full night's of sleep, or I'm a bear. Did this stream just turn into 75 meters? My God, it did. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean this stream to turn into 75 meters. All right, here we go. Does this look okay? Oh my God, my eyesight's going out too. Kind of blobby. That's all right. It'll do. It'll do. Liberty Cave. I love 80 meters. Is it Don's birthday? Oh, he turned 63 on Wednesday. But I'm too old to care. Yeah. Hey, Evan. Yeah, I'm getting up there. I'm not 63. What's the next colonoscopy story? I've got a colonoscopy story, but I'm not going to tell it here. But hey, whenever you get to a certain point, there's this thing called Cologuard that you probably should do. And I might have just done it. Where you poop in a box. That's all I'm going to say. All right. Oh, no. Scott, there's going to be a bridge. There's not bridge from the third from the left in there. Third from the left. Third from the left. All right. I need to figure out what my left is. That's over here. Okay. So third, 1, 2, third from the left. They're going to focus. You're talking about this one right here? No, I don't think that there's a bridge there. No, there's not. As I tilt it, you can... Yeah, now you're making me paranoid. No bridge. Okay. Thanks, Scott. I need Scott's approval. All right. Here we go. What am I doing? I don't even know what I'm doing now. All right, so I got to change screens here. All right, I've done step number 2. Step number 3 is to assemble the power pole shells and insert the pins. You'll know when they're inserted properly because they click when inserted. That seems easy enough. Oh, you know what? There's the chisel tip that I need. You know what? How do I want to do this? You know what? I'm going to turn off my soldering iron, let that cool down. And then I'm going to change tips to probably one of the let's see. What tip? I 3D printed, oh, you can't see this. I 3D printed this little holder for all of my tips, and I think I'm going to probably choose, you know what? I might choose this one. Can't see it. I'm going to, let's see, overhead shot. Yeah, I'm going to choose that one. Because I need to get in here and... Man, that's a big heat sink. That's going to take some work to solder. Do I have anything? I need a bigger hammer. Oh, that's about the biggest one I've got for surface area. Well, maybe if I lay this one down. You know what? I think I'm going to choose this one. Which one should I choose? The one that's got the chisel or the round? Focus. Focus. Maverick, focus. No, it wasn't Maverick. It was the guy that who was the guy that couldn't land the plane at the beginning of Top Gun? Not wasn't Iceman. Who was it? Man, I can see his face. I can't remember his call. The round chisel. Scott says that the round chisel is better than the No, it wasn't Goose. Goose was Maverick's chisel. All right. But wait a minute. Which one I'm calling both these a chisel. I'm not really sure what's the proper term. Is this one the chisel here? And then this one is different? Yeah, it's oh man, Maverick Goose, Iceman, Jester. I'm gonna go with this one. I'm gonna go with this one. Tell me if this one's correct. Still waiting for the Cougar. That's who it was. Cougar turned in his wings. You're number one. Cougar was number one. Now you're number one. The flat tip. Oh my gosh, you guys are making me mental here. This one. Call this one number one. Calling this one number two. Which one should I use? Number one or number two? Cougar. The Cougar and Jester? No, Jester was the instructor. I'm psyched for the new Top Gun. I can't wait. It keeps getting delayed. I don't even know when the just the tip. I don't even know whenever the release date is for the new Top Gun, but I'm psyched. I remember I was like, I don't know, 8th grade, 7th grade when Top Gun came out. That was an awesome movie. All right, I'm waiting for people to. Yep, this is gonna take some. All right, so let me. Yeah, Scott, I think I'm gonna use number two. Also, I think so. You just solidified my. All right, I gotta get rolling here on inserting these. I gotta get one apart. All right, I put these together. I put the I look at the ends, the business ends, where you insert the other power pole, and it's got an A on it. And I always put R for right and black on the left, and I read the A, and I put them together, and as long as the A's are right side up, I know that I've got them in the right configuration, because you can put these in two different configurations. So that's how I always remember. Before that, before somebody taught me that little trick, I always had to get out my little cheat sheet and figure out how things how these went together. All right. So, I don't want to put these in backwards, so let's go back to the overhead shot. So, according to the shot here, it looks like the oh, you can't see it. This emblem right there is the part that sticks out, and the other side goes into the power pole connector. And if you don't know how these go together, this has got a little downward turn that goes facing down. I can't really, and you'll know when it's inserted because it will click. Get my pliers out here. Click. It's just that simple. It's like taking candy from a baby. Like taking candy from a baby. All right. So you want to put the on the business side of the Anderson power pole, you can see that little metal strip. You want to put that down. You want to insert the doohickey here until it clicks. Look at that. 2 done already. Flying by. That's easier than doing with a small wire. Exactly, Don. I mean, I don't, I looked on, I forgot who, well, I looked on the PowerPole website I wanted to buy a bunch of like different color PowerPole connectors, and I didn't know the part number, so I went on the PowerPole, AndersonPowerPole.com. I don't even know what it was, but anyway, it had all the manufacturers of the power poles, or the part numbers, and I do not remember. Let me just make sure that these things go together. Okay. I do not remember seeing these types of connectors or these inserts on the PowerPole website, so I don't know where they got that. Augie is driving me nuts. Need to get him some exercise. Thanks, Tom, for hanging out. Appreciate it. I saw your video the other day on, I meant to comment, but something distracted me. It was a good video. I always like Tom's videos. They're very relaxing. Learn a little bit. Tom's a smart cookie. Talking about cookies, man, my house is overfilled with holiday cookies. Jeez. Like, I can't stop eating them. Did you see that? Oh my gosh, that could have been disastrous. Yeah, I walked the dog before I came over here. She's sitting in here staring at me. Come on. Sometimes these power pole connectors or these inserts, even with the regular inserts that you have to solder, sometimes you have to kind of force the connector down a little bit, because if you have it up a little bit in the whenever you're inserting it, it doesn't want to go in. So you kind of have to push it kind of down on a 5-degree angle. Yeah, Scott. I don't know where they got. I mean, these have. They look like. I mean, they have the Anderson power pole emblem on them, so they got to be from Anderson power pole. I just don't. I've never seen them before. I mean, it's ingenious, but it's going to be interesting to see how much heat it takes to put some solder around these guys and get them soldered into the board. 10:44. And I thought I was going to get done in an hour. I don't think so. I was going to... Got some friends that are going out to lunch today, but they're going to be there at 11:30 my time, so maybe I'll get this done. Anyway. All right, so now I got to put them together. So I know that I need 1 red and 1 black, right? That's the goal. Okay. 1 red, 1 black. This is tough. Sometimes, I mean, I know this is a weekday. I know it's Friday, but I am on vacation. And no one said that I was using my brain on vacation. I try not to use my brain on vacation. Why is this not going together? We use Anderson power poles at work, but we only use 60 amp and 100 amp. Oh, yeah. We used to, whenever I used to work at a very large beer manufacturer in the world, headquarters in St. Louis. You guys can probably figure out who that is. We used those big Anderson power poles for fork trucks, and they would, hey, Mark, Mitty, they would exchange the batteries, and I'm like, hey, that's Anderson power pole. And then we got propane fork trucks to load the trailers full of beer, and they got rid of the batteries. Smitty can answer the question maybe about the inserts on the power pole. I have never seen those before. We're trying to figure out if that's an Anderson power pole product or if that's another product, because I was snooping around on the Anderson power pole website many, many moons ago trying to figure out I needed different color power poles. And I don't remember seeing those inserts. I'm talking about these inserts right here that are ingenious for this. Where those are from. Thanks, Liberty. Appreciate it. See you later. All right. So now the goal is to make sure that whenever I solder these, they are in the correct orientation, because I did my first kit that I put together for Ham Radio Workbench. I soldered the red and the black opposite. And I looked at the picture after I was done. I was like, something doesn't look right. I'm like, oh, I soldered the power poles backwards. A little bit of my dyslexia. Moving forward. Love it. All right. So I've got all of, look how nice that looks. All right. Now, is there any trick to making sure that these things line up so I don't screw the pooch on this? Oh, they're pretty, no, those inserts are pretty big. I'm sure that I could probably adjust it here. Mitty says that, yes, it's Anderson branded. Yeah, I noticed that was had an Anderson power pole logo on it. You know, I need to prop this up somehow. Should I use my other Ham Radio Workbench as a prop? I can. You know, you can use your pre-built, your 2018 Ham Radio Workbench power pole kit as a prop for your new Ham Radio Workbench DC power pole kit. Smitty says, make sure the plastic Andersons line up with the outline on the board. I'm going to put the board, you know what? That's a good, shit. I'm about ready to curse. This stream has turned into 75 meters. All right. I'm just going to place those in. And then I'm going to, nope, that's the wrong way. How can I do this? Can I do this? Here we go. Here we go, boys and girls. Look out. Look out. Yes. Yes. All right, so now I got to pull this over and prop this up. Oh, now I can't. There we go. Look at that. Look at that magic. Let me see if this is great. Look at that. You can use one power pole, Workbench, ham radio Workbench, power strip to support the other one. All right. We'll market our products. Yeah, everyone go out and subscribe to the Ham Radio Workbench podcast. It is easily one of my favorite podcasts, and I listen to every single one for 2.5 hours, and I don't even have a yard to mow. I mean, you could put goats in my yard and get the yard mowed. So, but it's a good podcast to listen to on the road. And is this thing still hot? It is not. So I'm gonna change out this tip, just the tip. Damn. All right. On my Hako FD888D. And is that an optical illusion? On that thing being straight, I don't know if this is gonna work. Hang on. Do I need another? I need another prop with like a this ledge is getting me. Ledge is getting me. Okay, we're gonna go with this. All right, gonna ramp this thing up 750 degrees. The Hako. All right, am I doing this in the right order? All right, solder the power pole connectors. Make sure you use a good amount of solder. The solder will easily flow down into the slots into the PCB. All right. So step 5, after you, yeah, this is the no pressure. Actually plug into the other board. Scott, I don't know what you're talking about. Scott says you got to buy them in 2-packs. Yeah. Well, you know, the first board, you, it will go hotter, Smitty. Should I go up to, I don't even know, like, how to adjust this thing, to tell you the truth. Oh my gosh, now I need a, oh, here we go. Okay. What do you think, Smitty? Should I go up to 900? Let me go up to, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 9 comes after 8, right? Oh, I can only, this Hako will only go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I guess I need to do 890. Turn it up to 11. But the buttons, they go to 11. Why don't you just make 10 louder, and that will be the loudest. But these go to 11. You know what? I'm going to, all right, 850. Sounds good. $850 it is. Oh, to hit at 800. See, that's my dyslexia coming through. Plug the holes into the other board, Joe Brett says. Hey, Ape, what's going on? Things go faster when you're soldering. Yeah, it's going to be a huge heat sink on those. Don't touch the soldering iron. It's never been touched. In fact, don't even look at it yet. Oh, Spinal Tap. So great. He choked on vomit. I'm starting to get nervous. Now I'm just quoting movie quotes now. You can't dust for vomit. All right. Are we at 850? Are we going to do this surgery? Let's do this surgery. Let's cut this sucker. Cut the sucker. That's from Spies Like Us. Oh, it's an 80s movie Friday morning. Cut the sucker. Give yourself an orange afro. All right, here we go. Ready? Cut the sucker. Oh, you know what? I need... It's on the other side. I need... Oh, I need this on the other side. Oh, my God. I'm already screwed. I'm using this. This is a right-handed DC power pole board. Ah, that's hot. Don't touch the solder. All right, here we go. Wish me luck. Suck the paint. What is it? I'll suck the paint off. They'll suck the paint off your neighbor's house and give yourself a permanent orange afro. Is that what it is? Doctor. Oh, it's such a good movie. Man, that movie used to be on, like, in St. Louis, it was like Channel 30 every Saturday morning on Channel 30, and we just used to watch that Spies Like Us all the time. Oh, what a great movie. All right, here we go. Wish me luck. Oh, look at that. Look at that. 850. 850, boys and girls. 850. Thing flows like butter. Flows like butter. Unbelievable. Smitty, you're right. Oh, this one's not looking good, but look at that. Wow. Pump the power. Pump up the power. Pump the power. Pump the... I just got a decent... Pump up the jams. Pump it up. Why do you have... Why don't you have a Pepsi? Yeah. And he takes the Pepsi. Wow! Down the elevator. Why don't you have a Pepsi? The GLG 90s. That's who they were. Decoys. Man, stuff flows a lot better whenever you got a hot iron. Look at that. Look at that butter. Look at that butter. Oh my gosh. Getting a little high. A little high. Yeah. Don't touch the board for a long time. It's going to be hot. Yes. All right. I got to clean the tip. All right. This is going a lot quicker than I thought. I remember the last time I did this with the old power strip. Took a while, but I had my soldering iron on 750. So and from... Oh, yeah. Like smearing Mazola oil on a table, boys. That's not a movie quote. That was from a previous boss I had. And you don't want to know what context it was in. Look at that. Look how easy that goes. Unbelievable. All right. Yeah, this is why we don't use lead-free solder. This is the fumes. You know? I wonder if they make solder with that is marijuana flavored. Oh, did I just get demonetized? Maybe I need to cut that out later. Oh, what happens whenever you put too much solder and it's not hot enough? It balls up. There we go. You know, they just passed a new marijuana law here in the city of St. Louis. Not that, I mean, I don't care. I could care less. I don't even know what the law is, to tell you the truth. But I know that there are a ton of dispensaries here in St. Louis now. And they're buying up old bars that go out of business and putting dispensaries in them. So I don't even know what it takes to even walk into one of those places. I don't know if you have to have some type of card or something. I have no idea. Hey George. George joined the stream when we're talking about drugs. It's not typical. The mind starts to wander. I'm just making conversation. Yeah, George, did you notice that I'm using the version 1.0 power strip to help support and solder version 2.0? Or maybe this is 2 and 3. I don't know. But you can always use one of your ham radio Workbench DC power strips to help support the new power strip that you just bought. And also, I'm using the 0.5 solder, using the big fatty stuff, if you can tell, because you need a lot of it. 2 more to go, boys and girls. 2 more to go. What is this channel about? Yeah, well, I'm still trying to figure that out. I mean, it is branded with ham radio, but who knows? There's so much stuff that happens on this channel, on the live streams. I make no excuses. You get what you get, and it's the first take. I don't edit anything out. If you don't like it, I'm sure that there are some other more family-friendly or YouTube channels out there that you can go and take a look at. This is what you get. I'm uncensored, unedited, unscripted. Man, this is going together so quick. Look at that. I mean, granted, I got a little bit of burn marks here. Man, put in your iron at 850. That is the thing to do. This is going way quicker than whenever I put together my 5 or 6 or 7 power pull strips the first time. I just didn't have my iron hot enough. We haven't started talking about it. I'm not even going to entertain that. We haven't, Don. Not going to entertain that. But I mean, this channel has gone to 75 meters a couple of times. I mean, we've already talked about colonoscopies. What else have we heard on 75 meters? What's your best 75 meter story? Yeah, I know. Yeah, George, the secret is a hot iron. I mean, I just didn't, it didn't occur to me. I mean, whenever you're going to put together one of these kits and you got a large heat sink like this, a hot iron. I learned something new today. I don't know why I just didn't think of that. I put it at 750 and, or 600 or, whatever I think the default that the Hakos come out with the 888D, I think is 750. Could be wrong. I've been wrong in the past. All right. You goats, I'm done. Well, I'm done with this. Oh, goats, gout on the All right, how hot is this board? Smitty says don't touch it. That's not too... Well, okay. It's a little hot. Time for a drink. Hello, everyone that is watching this. You've turned into the Ham Radio Workbench DC Power Pole Strip Kit Assembly, sponsored by 75 meters. The board uses 2-ounce copper, which is twice as thick as you typically find on most boards. Yes. So my board 1.0, maybe this is 2.0, not really sure, but I have used, this thing has gone through the grommet. I take this everywhere I go. I've got one in my car for all of my radios in my car. I've got one in my portable. I've got one at my remote station. I mean, I've got, I think, 7 of these. And I bought the boards at Dayton 2018. You guys were selling them. Came by the booth and grabbed like 6 of them. And put them all together. And these things are the workhorse of my ham radio shack. I mean, that's all I've got. I've got a couple other power pole DC strips, but this is what I use. And they have worked great. But this one now has got, it's 20 amps, I think you said is max, which is totally enough. Look how straight those are. Holy moly. Look how straight those are. It's still hot. I'm pretty impressed on how straight those are. Wow. We're going to program this with Node Red, Don. We're going to put a as someone said, power pole the world. We're going to Node Red the world. Who said power pole the world? That was on like oh, you know what? So I had a discussion with the Ham Radio Workbench guys, and hopefully we can, I play trivia every 3rd Friday of the month. Maybe, just maybe, we can get, do a Ham Radio Workbench trivia, or maybe got some other things that I have thought about that I got ideas on from other people. Maybe we'll do some trivia, branded trivia, coming up on the channel. I got to contact some people and see if they're okay with it. Did Mike slip in here? K8MRD, where's he at? I don't even see him in here. If he is, he hasn't said anything. All right. Joe Brett. All right, here we go. On to the next phase. Step 5. We're going to solder the LED and resistor. All right, install the power LED. The LED, like any diode, is polarized, so the orientation makes a big difference. The outline of the LED has a round side and a flat side. Make sure the LED shape matches the silkscreen outline on the board. You can also double check on making sure the longer of the two LEDs is pointing inward towards the fuse box. Then install the 1K resistor and clip the leads off of both parts. All right, so the still a little warm. All right. Oh, no. Don, there was somebody else that said power pole the world before Cade MRD. And it was on a YouTube channel, and I think it was some guy that was being interviewed for Field Day. That's where I first heard it. He got introduced to power poles, and he was just like, these things are awesome. Let's power pole the world. And I can't remember where it was, who it was, or where it was, or what channel it was on. All right, so LEDs have... Oh my gosh, I got to get back. Where's my Stream Deck? All right, so it's you're not going to be able to see this. This is a bad example. So it's got a flat side and a round side. You're not going to be able to see. So I got to line up the flat side. I can't even see it. But I do know that one LED... so it says the outline of the LED has a round and a flat side. You can also double check by making sure the longer of the two LED is pointing inward towards the fuse box. So I've got my LED here. Why is this stuff not in focus? Come on. Come on. Can you not focus? Please. Focus. I give up. Let me go back to the other screen. Oh, did it just focus? I give up. All right, so the double check, the longer the LED, if you can't see, the longer LED, the longer lead of the LED goes towards the fuse box. Like this. Can you see that? Can you see it? All right. No, it wasn't Jeremy. Abe thinks it was Bill Cowdy. Gerald Wilson said that to the... All right, now you guys are making me mental on who said that. I'm going to have to go find the video. He was sitting in like a chair in a field that there was a field behind him. It was a guy that had just gotten his ham radio license, and he... All right. Where does... Okay, hang on. I'm going to put these spacers in here, and I'm going to see... okay. Okay. So you really don't need this top part yet. And you could probably bring this LED off of the surface, maybe? A little bit. Doesn't really matter. I guess it's preference. I'm just going to solder it directly onto the board, so there's no space. I don't think it really matters. I think it's probably preference. All right. So I need another prop here. Where's my ham radio workbench version 1.0? Can I use that as a prop? Perfect. Oh, I still got the big chisel on here. All right. That's not a big deal. So let's get the small solder out, and let's solder this LED. KK5 FO. I don't think that is. All right, done. Let me look KK5FO. Okay, maybe that is him. So let's look him up. KK QRZ. This is bothering me. Now I need to log in. Hang on. That KK5FO. You might be right, George. You might be right. I'm going to have to go and I'm looking at his QRZ page, and it doesn't have a picture of him. So I don't know. You might be right, George. It was a while ago in some type of field day setting. All right, so let me get my nippers, and let me yeet this. Yeet. Yeet. Oh, all right. LED on. Now resistor. So the resistor doesn't matter which way you put it. So you stick it down in there and kind of fold it over. Or actually, here. You need to bend the ends first. Make it into a U. And then stick it onto the board all the way through. Push it through. Bend your ends so it sticks. Get your version 1 as a prop. And solder. And now we solder. All right. Put a little more solder on that other one. Perfect. Boys and girls, goats and chickens, we are done soldering. I think. Yeah, we're done. All right, let me yeet this. Yeet. Yeet. Here it is. You wanna preview? I need to clean it up a bit, but come on, focus. Yes. There's the board. Got a few little burn marks on it, but nothing that can't be cleaned up. I think everything looks good to me. Here's the brand new board. I'm just amazed on how straight those connectors are. That's awesome. Doesn't look like summer teeth. All right. Put that. All right, so now we're going to assemble. Let's go back to the instructions. Step 6 is to take the base plate and when's the relay version with Node Red coming out? Well, we're going to we're going to backtrack on the Node-RED sessions. We're going to start from scratch. We got a lot of feedback on people were kind of lost. They were kind of all over the place. So what we're going to do is I'm going to back up. I don't know if, Scott, you were being facetious or sarcastic, but I'm going to start, I believe, January 13th. I'm going to start a whole Node-RED series on my channel here, and we're going to do some live streams where we're going to stream live. But then I'm also going to cut down the live stream to hopefully less than 10 or 15 minutes for people to get the gist of what we just live streamed and put that out. So there'll be a live stream, and then there'll be a shorter version, a Cliff Notes version of what we did. No, Don, don't, Java, don't listen to what Don says. Get out of here, Don. Go find another channel. All right. First, we need to put these nubs on. Let's put the nubs on. So the 4 long screws go through the holes for the nubs. And you need a spacer. And that's it. So let's put the 4 screws in with the nubs. Through the nubs. Oh, you can't see this. Hang on. Hang on. Everyone, hang on. Don't panic. All right. Screw number 3. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. How am I going to do this? Uh-oh. Come on. Oh, my gosh. Making me mental. Got it. No one panic. All right. Spacers on. Done. Step number 7. Oh, let's read through step number 6. Install bottom board and mounting screws. Place the 4 long screws through the 4 holes in the corners of the bottom. Slip the nylon spacer over each screw. Done. Step 7. Set the connector board in place. Slide the connector board over the 4 screws poking up through the bottom of the board. All right. So, I guess it doesn't really matter. I probably should clean the board, but I'll clean that later. All right. So now we're going to take step 8. Install. Here you go. Step 8. Install the nylon or install the standoffs and top plate. Screw each one of the 4s and flip the board over. Tighten the screws with a screwdriver, then slip the top plate over the connectors and align the board with the holes. Yada, yada, yada. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. All right. So let's put the spacers on here. Let me go back to my overhead. All right. Let me put the spacers on. Spacer 1. Spacer 2. Spacer 3. All right, let me catch up with the chat here. Careful with the nub. Yeah, don't want to over tighten your nubs. I know Java doesn't help much at all. Yes, I don't know Java at all, but I've gotten through Node-RED. Node-RED is awesome. Yeah, Scott, we'll get to the more advanced stuff. I forgot a screwdriver. Okay, we're just gonna tighten these by hand. So you take the smaller screws and stick those in the top of the spacers. Don't lose your screws or your marbles, boys and girls. Later, no code tech. Hey, if no code tech, if you learn Morse code, are you gonna change your ham radio or your YouTube channel name? Like if you actually learn code, then you are really, I mean, you got your license as a no code tech, but then you learn Morse code. So really, did I? Hey, Carlos. Carlos, you the next time you're gonna jump out of a perfectly good airplane. I have yet to contact Carlos while he's skydiving. I interviewed Carlos on my channel, and Carlos also has a YouTube channel where he jumps out of perfectly good airplanes and uses a Pactena as his antenna. And he does parachute mobile. How crazy is that? How crazy is that? All right. So we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. Oh, come on. Just going to hand tighten these. Skydiving season starts in late April. Oh. Do you not jump out of planes in winter? Like it's like going to be 70 degrees here in St. Louis. I mean, how crazy is that? It's like, Florida. Here it is. Almost done. Focus. Focus. It's almost done. Can you believe it? Unbelievable. Will this work without the fuses? All right. So let's put some fuses in this. Let's put the input in one first. So you've got different size fuses. I would suggest that you not put the 5 amp fuse in your input. That would kind of defeat the purpose. So we've got why can I not see this? You got a 5, which is yellow. You've got a 25, which is clear. This is a 10. 10 is red. Oh, you got 2 5s. You got 2 reds. And 2 25s. I'm thinking that you probably want to put your 25 on your input, right? Is that what you want to do? And then they just push in there. Man, you got to do a lot of force to get those things in there, don't you? You got to line it up perfectly. There you go. 25 amp fuse in on the input, done. I think, man, I can't remember what the rule is. Do you put the bigger fuses towards the back or the bigger fuses towards the front? On good practice. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the smaller fuses closer to the input. I don't know if that's the way that it's supposed to be. I think that is what it's supposed to be. So lining this up. And you got to get those perfect. Smallest farther away. Carlos says smallest farther away. Oh, that probably is right. Because you don't want all of that current going through all of the kind of the back plane of the. It does not, George says, does not make a big difference, but I would put the bigger fuses near the input. Yeah, okay. That is the consensus. That's what I was thinking. So I'm trying to put the 5, and I'm trying to get it lined up here. And come on. Come on. There is a trick getting these. And the nice thing is, oh, there they go. Once the fuse is in, hopefully you never have to take it out. Ah, they snap in. Ah, okay. I didn't push the first one in all the way. Here we go. We're on a roll. We're on a roll now. This one, they're going in like butter. And you know what? It's easier if you put like one side in and then you work the other side in and then you can snap them in. Ah. There they go. There they go. So that's a 25. I'm going to put a 10 in here. I'm going to insert the left-hand side and then kind of work the right-hand side in. Let's see. Yeah, George, we just got on the DigiKey website, and I told them that there were going to be more kits available. So be patient. That you guys were making more, and they're all going to be on the DigiKey website through the link on the Ham Radio Workbench website that is in the description below. The last one, or the second to last one, come on, baby. Come on. Don't fail me. Come on. Don says DC power loses over length, so farthest smaller, the farthest away. Oh my gosh, why is this one being a pain in the butt? Let me flip it over. I think this might be the hardest part of the whole build. But this is just because these fuse blocks are just the way that they are. All right, that one's done. And this is just me trying to get it lined up. There we go. Done. Look at that. It's a thing of beauty. What am I going to do with number 8 or number 9? I don't know, but I will. I like this design much better. You know, this one was a board, right, that I 3D printed a case on. And I've got 6 or 7 of these. But I mean, it is hefty. I mean, this has got some weight to it. And granted, you know, I mean, it's not that heavy that you wouldn't take it out portable, right? I could easily see me throwing this into my backpack and doing portable stuff with it. But here it is. Smoke test. Yeah, I don't have a power supply here to plug it in. So I'm going to have to do the smoke test off camera, but it's done. Look at this. I like how it's got the holes that you can mount it to a wall or to maybe your Go box. I like how it's got the standoffs. I like that everything is labeled. It's great. It's awesome. George says you can run DIN rails and set the DIN rail clips on the back of it. That's awesome. Well, I've got a little DIN rail project that this might have to go into. Well, I'm definitely going to have to get some more of these. They're $40 on DigiKey. The link is in the description below to the Ham Radio Workbench podcast website. Go and download the podcast and go and buy these on DigiKey. They will be back in stock very, very soon. George also says if you want to hack it to handle even more current, you can put big bus wires on the bottom to beef up the connections. Ah, yeah. And put 45 amp connectors on it. Yeah. Donna's got an audible that calls out when the power or the fuse goes out. That's pretty ingenious. That's a good idea. That's probably good for a blind ham, right? We've got a couple of blind hams here in St. Louis that would probably get some benefit out of that. So anyway, it is 11:30. It is time for me to eat lunch, going out to our local restaurant with some friends for some holiday cheer. Thanks for everyone for hanging out. Appreciate it. Go out and buy this power strip. This thing is awesome. I love the design. The design is 10 out of 10. So that's it. I'm out of here. We little programming note. We're going to be running trivia on New Year's Eve, starting at 7 p.m. Central. Tank Radio is going to be streaming live on his channel with some games. 8 o'clock is trivia. You can't miss trivia this month, New Year's Eve. It's not your normal trivia. It is going to be funny trivia, things that I might even roast some people. So that's going to be a hoot. Then Ham Radio Clubhouse is going to start at 9 p.m. and take us into Ham Radio 2.0's happy hour and bring in the new year, at least for a couple of time zones. So that's what's going to go on my channel, Frank's channel, Ham Radio Crash Course, and Ham Radio 2.0. So anyway, I'm getting out of here. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate it. Go out to the Ham Radio Workbench website. Focus. And grab yourself a power pole connector. DC power pole strip. These things are awesome. So anyway, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. 73. Talk to you later.